levels. Let's connect with the management of Sudarshan Chemicals as well, as promised before, as the stock hits a lifetime high of 157.35. In fact, it has rallied as much as 60% in the last 3 months. Let's get into fundamental perspective and find out what's brewing with the company. While on the charts, it looks all good. 2.5% is what this one's gaining. But find out how the business is shaping up from Rajesh Rathi, who's the Deputy MD of Sudarshan Chemicals. He now joins us on the show. Great to have you with us, sir. Now, looking at your segmental performance in FY16, pigments, which accounts for about 90% of your revenue, grew at 11%. What's the demand outlook for this year, and what kind of traction are you seeing across your key clients in autos as well as engineered plastics?
So, I think pigment business is our core business, and we sell, the main industries we service are paints, plastics, cosmetics and printing inks. All these markets, our vision is to become the 4th largest pigment producer in the world. And today we are the largest pigment producer in India, and we have the largest market share. But we are really growing well in Europe, North America and Asia, which are the 3 largest markets for us. And we see a great traction from the customers in these areas. In fact, the top 3 global plastics and coatings companies in the world have enlisted us as a strategic supplier.
Okay, Mr. Rathi, now crude oil prices have recovered to $50 mark from the sweet spot you enjoyed last year. How do you see realizations as well as EBITDA margins trending from here on?
So I think we are far the raw materials which we use, we are far ahead in the value chain. So we would get affected after some time, but there is excess raw material supply situation in China, so we will continue to benefit from the raw materials.
So you do expect to continue, but tell us, is there any kind of a price revision that you're considering to pass on the increase in crude prices, and what kind of calibrated approach or staggered approach will you take?
So I think currently we are not looking at any price increases because, as I said, we are looking at, we don't see a large increase in raw material prices. We are strongly focused on improving our return on capital employed and EBITDA margins. So we have a lot of strategic initiatives around this, reducing our working capital, ensuring that our sales pipeline opens up in these new countries which we are entering. So I think from that perspective, we don't see currently the right time to increase any prices.
Okay. Mr. Rathi, if you had signed an MOU with Maharashtra government for a project with initial capex of about 162 crore rupees, will it be funded mostly from internal accruals, and what will you be making there, and by when will it be operationalized?
So actually we've signed a MOU of 1,000 crores of investment in the next 5 years with Maharashtra. We will be making these investments in our existing site in Roha for pigments. We are our product portfolio, when we've gone global, has changed. We are more focused on high performance and medium performance pigments. That's where most of the investment is going to go, and these products go into more of automotive paints, cosmetics and coatings. So that's where we are targeting all our investments.
Okay. Mr. Rathi, there is a buzz on the street that your company is likely to announce a joint venture with DuPont. Can you clarify the same, or if there is any advanced talks that you would like to share?
No, I think, we really don't have any plans or any talks to have any JV with...
Clarify the same, or if there is any advanced talks that you would like to share?
No, I think, we really don't have any plans or any talks to have any JV with DuPont. I don't see any synergies between the 2 companies. We are into the color space. We are into the color space industry, and we would remain very much independent. Though, Axalta, which is now a new legal entity of DuPont, is one of our large customers.
Before we let you go, your FY16 consolidated top-line growth was 16% and PAT growth was at 29%. What can you guide for FY17?
So as I mentioned, we have a strong focus on the EBITDA margins and return on capital employed. We should continue seeing strong growths both in sales and profits. So we definitely maintain and improve our performance.
Okay. You were looking for some tie-ups as well for some customer or client approvals globally. What is the progress on that front? And if the tie-ups are there, then how much do you see them contribute to your revenue growth as well as profits?
So I think, like I said, that the top three, the top major customers, we have a great traction with them, and the automotive paints takes a long time for approvals. So we are in the approval process for these products, and they will form a significant part of our profits and turnover.
Okay, that's the word coming in from the management of Sudarshan Chemicals. Thanks very much, Mr. Rathi, for taking the time out and sharing your business outlook with us on Hot Stocks. Well, that's the management of Sudarshan Chemicals. The stock is doing very well in today's session, and in fact over the last 3 months as well, like I pointed out, gained a good 60%. So the stock has been buzzing off late. It's pertinent to see how it, in fact, 75% of an uptick in the last 3 months. So great going for this one.